Hey everyone, I hope you're doing well and staying safe during this time. If you're new here, welcome to the channel. Like I said, thank you so much for checking me out. If you haven't done so, please make sure to hit that subscribe button just right below the video. Cool, thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. And if you're returning, welcome back. Thanks again for your support. I truly do appreciate having you here.
What if everyone's wrong? What if Bitcoin isn't about to enter a bear market anytime soon? But what if it's also not about to have another huge up in price? What if it's just going to trade sideways more or less for a long time and maybe even slowly creep up in price over a span of potentially years? That's what's being discussed right now, because right now one thing we know for damn sure is that history is not repeating exactly the same as it has in the past. Is it that the same market structures in general, the way that they flow, those aren't going to exist anymore? Or is it more that we're just seeing a lengthening of the cycle? These ideas have been bandied about quite a bit for most of this year. One thing's for sure, Bitcoin is not behaving, right? It's not being a good boy, or at least it's not behaving like it has historically. And Bitcoin leads the market, so this is important to everybody that's listening that holds crypto. Because by now, at this point in the cycle, we should have already seen an alt season, which means XRP, along with everything else, should have already rocketed up by now. And if history again were repeating, we also would expect Bitcoin right now to already be in a bear market. We're not seeing those things. And the on-chain metrics are very different than several years ago. But this is what's being discussed, and enough time is passing where everyone's taking note of this. So what does this mean for XRP? When is it finally going to reach moon so that everyone can have Lambo, right? These are the important questions to ask. Well, here's a headline from the Daily Huddle. Here's why the coming mid-halving point for Bitcoin could be different, according to analytics firm Sentiment. They're not the only ones covering this. Here's the headline from Cointelegraph. Why the Bitcoin mid-halving price slump will play out differently this time. Now, a lot of times in crypto, when people say it's going to be different this time, those are just famous last words. So I'm always cautious when considering these ideas, but at this point, at a minimum, the timeline is all messed up compared to what we've historically seen in crypto, so it is fair game to have a discussion on this. But before going any further, I do want to be clear. I do not have a financial background of any kind. I am not offering financial advice, and you definitely should not buy or sell anything because of anything that I say or write. I'm just an enthusiast who enjoys making YouTube videos about crypto-related topics, but just as a hobby and just for fun. Now, crypto has been down over most of the last 24 to 36 hours, somewhere in that range. And if you're one of the people out there that's been worrying, I think by the time this video is done, I certainly hope you're going to be feeling a lot better. I personally don't think there's a damn thing to be worried about personally, but as I'm recording this, XRP's at 77 cents, Bitcoin down to $43,463, market cap just barely above $2 trillion for the entire asset class. Bitcoin dominance at 40.62%. And here's the crypto fear and greed index at 34 out of 100. So this last move down, yes, it made people feel very scared. Because the day before that, it was at 48 out of 100. It's never going to stop amusing me how quickly just a little bit of price action, which you should expect because it's crypto, we know crypto is volatile, and it'll never stop amusing me that this known factor freaks people the hell out. But I'm counting on them continuing to behave like the lemmings, the lovable, cuddly little lemons that we know them to be. Take a look at what Credible Crypto had to say about this, and after just a couple quick ideas in terms of the short-term action and what it means, I'm going to get right into this idea of a shifting cycle and what it actually might mean for XRP and really all your altcoins, because I still think that the most of the money this cycle that's to be made, it's it's going to be in altcoins. Bitcoin's already had its big move up here. But there's this tweet from chart analyst Credible Crypto on April 1st. He shared the following with his 321,000 followers on Twitter. A large player has layered bids between $40,000 to $44,000 in line with the retest of our weekly level mentioned in my tweet below. Seems to be the same entity that filled a ton of bids at $32,000 to $38,000, our literal bottom. If price can be manipulated into his bids below, it probs will be. And so he's noting here that there was at least one whale, if not multiple whales, making large purchases of Bitcoin as people were panic selling. They were selling their fear to this whale at the range of roughly $32,000 to $38,000. And so that's what he was talking about on that tweet from April 1st. And he said, hey, if there's a way to manipulate things to get the price that low, to get this whale's orders filled, then it's probably going to happen. And he's noting here that's what's happening. And so he tweeted out the following just this afternoon. And so it begins. The Finex whale fills his plate with fresh bear steaks. Tasty. The spikes in volume at the bottom of the chart indicate that the bids are not spoofs. They are being filled. Bitcoin. Interesting, right? Whales be snatching this up right now. Now take a look at this. This is a very important level. I'll make one of these, the most recent chart, full screen in just a sec, but let me cover this first. Here's another tweet from April 1st from Credible Crypto. With this last weekly close, we have reclaimed a very significant level. The last 4 times we closed above or below this level in higher time frame, we have moved to the opposite end of the range over a number of weeks, expecting the same this time, a retest of low 40,000s and continuation upwards. So that's what he said on April 1st. Well, Bitcoin was here. Let's see, what was it on April 1st? Sure, I'll do let's switch to the 7-day chart. So it was sitting around, 46,400-ish, 46,400-ish. And then it crashed down to as low as 42,992. So that's about the range that he was saying he would expect it to go back down and test. And that was April 1st. He was expecting that. So he's expecting that level to become support and be tested and then continue to the upside. So we're waiting for the continuation of the upside, but that's what he was citing. And then today you can see he retweeted the following: retest in progress. And here's the chart that he shared, and it goes back to actually technically the end of 2020, but the relevant portions you can see up here. It's this roughly this level of the, call it what, $40,000 to $43,000 region, whatever it is, roughly around there. And he's noted this level over this entire span of time on this chart. It's been resistance, it's been support, then in resistance again, then support, and it gets tested a couple times before becoming resistance again, and now it's acting as support, unless it craters on through that again. But Credible Crypto here is expecting this time it's going to bounce to the upside and we'll see a continuation. So in the short term, that's what he's thinking. Wouldn't mind seeing that one little bit. But what's going to happen big picture? Well, here was a tweet from chart analyst Peter Brandt, who shared this with his 630,000 followers. Now, Peter Brandt is very famous for having called the top of the Bitcoin cycle, last market cycle. So you're talking about December 2017 when it was around $20,000. He's like, yep, that's the top. That's the bubble going to pop. And he also called the bottom of the Bitcoin bear market, which occurred on December 15th, 2018, one day after I launched the Moon Lambo U channel, which is the best channel in all the YouTubes, damn it. So how about that? He called both of those things quite accurately, and he's very well known in the world of crypto for having done those things. Well, here's what he tweeted out. This is interesting. He wrote, because this gets into this whole idea of things are shifting, what in the ever-loving hell is going on? 4-year cycles when? Like, is it happening? So here's what he said. The past 2 times Bitcoin advanced 10x or more required an average of 33 months before the next stage of the rocket kicked in. If history repeats itself, which I do not believe it will, the next rocket stage will be ignited in May 2024. What do you all think? So that's interesting. He's saying that things will be different this time, because if they were going to be the same, well, with the Bitcoin halving, that would occur in May. The best estimate I've seen is May 5th, 2024. It can vary a little bit, depending on how long it takes for blocks to, proof of work, block rewards to have been earned. So just call it roughly May 5th, 2024. Okay, but what about the fact that right now we're mid-cycle? It's 2024. I'm sorry, it's 2022. The last time we saw, a halving for Bitcoin, it was in May of 2020. So we're halfway through that. Well, previously, when you're halfway through that, you're in a bear market, which is certainly what the hell was going on 4 years ago in 2018, but we're not seeing that. So the question here is it actually just a delay, or are people actually behaving sufficiently different? Now, I don't pretend to know the answer. Nobody does for sure. Nobody does. I'll just say this. The volatility...
I'm your guy. I will keep you posted. I'm your advocate. I'll be back on a daily basis, usually multiple times per day, with these videos to keep you updated with everything going on. So, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you haven't done so, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Feel free to share any of my videos with your friends, family, social media, or anybody who may care to listen. Thanks so much for your continued support. I'm always here for you. I want to help you through this time. So thank you so much for continuing to choose me. Enjoy your day, stay safe, and I'll catch you again probably in a couple hours. Thanks, everybody. See you later.